So here's a pair of sneakers from Nike. It's a new model, and it's the Nike Jam Dark Driftwood. And this was a new silhouette, obviously introduced in 2024 for the Olympics, because breakdancing would be one of the categories that is now eligible for Olympic status, and there will be people entering the competition for breakdancing. And that's why this particular model came out. It was a breakdancing shoe, so which is never seen before, and it's probably quite niche as well at the same time, in my opinion. So with the details, it comes in a dark driftwood, hemp, sail and black colourway. It kind of reminds me of a Travis Scott sneaker, if I'm honest. It's got that sort of trail shoe vibes, but also very sort of streetwear type looking, and very on trend at this moment in time. And the upper is made of synthetic and mesh materials, and because it's a breakdancing shoe, it says there's sort of reinforced layers within some of the hard wearing areas, which I'd assume is more around the toe box where you'd have double layers, so to keep it protected, similar to like an SB Dunk really, and so that sort of provides that sort of durability as well. So I'm also guessing it's around these lace loops as well, because obviously that's got extra sort of leather panels, suede panels on it. And this also has a gusseted tongue, so this is kind of one of those things that helps keep you in place, again similar to like an SB Dunk. It has a drop-in insole, so this is what you would get within this particular sneaker. There's no sort of tech in there, it's literally just a drop-in insole. And also it has a light EVA cupsole, so this is basically similar to a Nike Dunk and also a Air Jordan 1. So very much this midsole is hollowed out, and then you'd have the drop-in insole sort of going inside it, similar to, I suppose, a Kobe sneaker. And it also has these textured hand grips on the midsole, so you can sort of see here when you're sort of breakdancing, and maybe you're upside down, or you've holding onto your foot. This is meant to be like the grippy area. So and even here you've got sort of grip areas also on the back. So that's kind of the idea behind it really. So which is a cool touch, and paying attention to detail. And the price was £120. So with the comfort and sizing, I think these are on the medium to firm side. Like this insole kind of reminds me of a Crocs insole, because that's kind of what they typically tend to use. But I wouldn't say it's as soft as a Crocs insole. But there's a bit of give to it, but I wouldn't say it's soft. It's more like I say medium firm. And these also have sort of great support around the arch. Again, like on the insole itself, you can sort of see it's very sort of contoured and sort of shaped to your foot, and it has that sort of sloping down effect, which is kind of what you need if you're dancing, and you're most likely to be on your forefoot a lot more, sort of in your sort of breakdancing. And I'd say there's no wearing time for these. I think you're pretty good to go. It's got pretty much a mesh upper, and I went true to size and felt fine with these. What I will say is probably the insole is slightly on the sort of sturdier side, and on here it sort of says engineered to break, which I'm assuming the more you wear them, the more they kind of sort of break in, and hopefully they sort of feel softer. And like I said, I went true to size on these, and I've not had any issues. Usually I get pinky toe issues because I have a wide foot, but with this particular sneaker it all seems fine. I think my only thing is with this one, my toe comes to about here with socks on, which isn't too bad, and I can kind of cope with that, and it seems fine. Potentially I probably want more room, but I think true to size would work for most people. And this also has really great traction, which you'd expect from a sneaker that's probably going to be used for sort of breakdancing. So it's got the traction on there, which will allow you sort of to do lateral sort of movements, and sort of sidestepping and things like that. So for me, this has got like I said, a traction pattern that's kind of going in different directions, and I will allow for that. With the look and style, this has got like a wintry colour, similar to the black pair as well. The black pair is supposed to be influenced by turntables and DJs, whilst this pair I'm not too certain what the influence is, but at the end of the day it's got a sort of nice sort of brown colour palette with the sail midsole. And this also has reflective panels, and again this is going around the sneaker, so this panel here, again it reminds me of a Travis Scott sneaker. So obviously during sort of more in the evening, and if you're sort of breakdancing outside, it's good to sort of have those reflective panels, and it probably hits and pops a bit more, especially if you're sort of breakdancing. And the upside down swoosh, so obviously if you're like breakdancing and you happen to be upside down, then the swoosh is kind of in the right direction, which is quite cool. It's a nice touch for, you know, for people who do breakdancing. And I think it's a sneaker that you can wear pretty much anytime, anywhere really. It's quite a sort of lightweight sneaker, and because of the mesh upper, predominantly it's mesh anyway, it's fine and it does the job and it works well in my opinion. So I think for me it's like a quite sort of versatile sneaker, and I suppose it has to be because of the fact that, you know, if you're sort of out on the streets, that's, you know, and you're using it more for sort of breakdancing or walking around, then it has to be sort of a versatile sneaker. And I think this kind of does the job. And I'd say it's more casual wear. Like I said, it's got the sort of street look, streetwear vibes, and I wouldn't really be wearing these in a smart setting. So with the pros, I do like the fact that they're lightweight. It makes it sort of easier to wear, and obviously you need that if you're sort of dancing, you need to be sort of quick on your feet. And also like the drop-in insole, I kind of like the idea of that. I think for me, they should provide options to have different types of insoles, because at the end of the day, a lot of their sneakers, such as the Kobe line, they have drop-in insoles, and it'd be nice if Nike offered, like, you know, sort of 3 or 4 versions of these, where it's like modular, that, you know, depending on what kind of comfort you want or what kind of setup you want, that you can kind of change that easily. With the cons, I think the cost, I think at £120, they're probably asking a bit much for this particular trainer, because of the fact that it doesn't have too much tech in there. Like I said, it's literally just got a drop-in insole and no other tech in there. I would expect it to be lower in price for that reason, and it's a similar sort of setup to a Nike Dunk, and I think that would have been a bit more competitive at the £100 mark in my opinion. And yeah, and like I said, because of the cost as well, there's no midsole tech in there, so you're not getting anything special within this sneaker. It's just maybe the looks and probably the novelty of it being a breakdancing shoe. So with the rating, it's a good looking style, a 4 out of 5. I can't be mad at this sneaker. It's not something that I'd be sort of wearing myself in all honesty, but I was intrigued by it, and it does look cool, and very good, you know, sort of for streetwear in my opinion. And it sits quite sort of low to the ground, similar to a Nike Dunk. And they're pretty comfortable. I think for me, like, obviously we're testing these a little bit. I've not worn them too much, but I think the insole should break even more over time, and it should get, you know, a bit more used to on foot. But initially I found it to be, I suppose, more a 3 out of 5, but at the moment I've given it a 4, because I assume that once you sort of break them in a bit more, they'll start to feel comfortable. And the quality, I give that a 4. I think you know, they've done a pretty good job with this. I think it's not amazing. Like I said, it's got sort of reinforced panels on there for sort of hard wearing areas, and also, you know, the reflective panels, and the drop-in insole, which I'm assuming that you can probably swap out for something else if you wanted to. But other than that, there's nothing else sort of special going in there. And my main gripe with these are the price. That, you know, I think at £120, probably asking a bit too much. There's not much tech in there, and there's not really too much in terms of excitement for the sneaker, you know, with, you know, what's in there, and it's a sort of very basic shoe. But overall, it's still a solid attempt, and obviously I like the fact that Nike have tried something different and tried to create something new. And so for that reason, I've given it a 4 out of 5. I still think it's cool, and there's also, you know, a future collab coming soon as well, which might be on the 26th of July. But overall, it's you know, like I said, a cool sneaker, and definitely worth checking out if you do, you know, dancing, or you like sort of to wear sort of more sort of streetwear type footwear. Just be warned that this is a bit of a basic sneaker at the end of the day.